Hey guys, this is Skylar. I am completely blind, I'm autistic, and I have a chronic heart condition. Today I'm going to be talking about, in my opinion, one of the best breads since sliced bread, literally. I don't like the name of this bread, but I'm going to say it for you guys anyway because you guys, of course, don't know what it is because y'all are strangers. The bread, it's called zwieback, which is spelled Zwieback. I'm spelling it out for you guys so that like you guys can write it down or whatever, so I don't have to say it again. It comes from the German zwei, which means the number two, like 1, 2, like I'm holding up 2 fingers right now, plus Backen, Backen, I think, which means to bake something in the oven. It means like to bake bread, like to bake something. So, essentially this bread is twice baked, meaning it's baked, sliced, and then toasted. So, yeah. I love the texture and the taste and the smell. I love everything about this bread, but I don't like the name. Please don't be offended, any German speakers. It's the ZW combo in that name. I just don't like that. I'm sorry. I just don't like the ZW combo. That's why I don't really like the name because it's not. I just don't like it. I mean, I like other letter combos like VL and VR, but I just don't like ZW. Sorry. Now, how did I discover this word? Okay, well, true story. Once upon a time, when I was 11 years old, I was playing with my talking dictionary. Yes, they make talking dictionaries. It was for the blind. It's by Franklin, and it's called A Language Master. It's about the size of a pocket calculator, maybe a little bit bigger, and it has a QWERTY keyboard on it. And what you do is you type in a word, and then you press enter, and then it looks the word up and reads you the definition out loud. But you can also play games on this device. It's called, one of these games is called Word Train, right? When I was 11, this game was my favorite. The way you would play is you would go and select the game, and then the machine would pick a letter, then you would pick a letter, then the machine would pick another letter, then you would pick, so on and so forth, until one of you guys made a word. The object of the game was to make a word before the machine did. So, yeah. Okay, well, one day I chose Z. When I was 11, I was hooked on Z words like Zimbabwe, zombie, zebra, Zulu. So when it was my turn to pick the first letter of the the word, I always picked Z because it was my favorite letter. So one day I picked Z, and it picked, my dictionary says I picked the letter W, and I was like, what? What am I supposed to do with this? Because I didn't know German or Spanish or Italian or any other languages. I only knew English and English only. So we don't have any words that start with ZW here in English except for the name of that bread. But I didn't know that bread yet. So I pressed the enter key, which meant that it spelled out the whole entire word for me. And then it looked it up. And it said a bread that is baked, sliced, and toasted until dry and crisp, or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, I actually don't like this word, but I would like to try the bread because, I mean, the bread can't be that gross. Seriously? Now the word has been in my nightmares since I was 11. Um, I've had nightmares about going into this ride that takes your picture and it tells you to say the Z word for a picture. Luckily, thank my lucky stars, that ride does not exist. Thank God. But I've had nightmares about humans, making me say that word for pictures. Um, I've had nightmares about humans tickling me and saying that word. Uh, well, I mean, I've had nightmares about people, like, for punishments, spanking me and saying that word. And I did not like any of them. So the verdict is that I love the actual bread itself, but I do not like the name. Now you're probably wondering how I found it, right? Well, there is a brand. It's called Brandt, Brandt. It is a German. It is a German food brand, but it also has a branch in the U.S. So that meant I was still safely able to order me some Z bread on the Amazons. Okay? That's exactly what I did. And guess what? It'll be here on September 4th, 2018. Now, I have two ways to get around saying the name, right? Number one, I call it Z bread. Those who know me know what bread I'm talking about, okay? Or number two, I would probably say rusk, because I learned that Z bread and rusk are the exact same thing. And rusk is one of my favorite words. And so rusk is a little bit more, well, ear pleasing to me than the Z word. The only difference, well, is that one is English and one is German. Every country has its own rusk, and I didn't know that either until I looked it up on Wikipedia. I noticed that when I was 15, I tried rusk bread. I noticed that it tasted exactly the same as Z bread, and the texture was exactly the same too. But I was like, what? Why are they so the same? Come to find out, rusk and Z bread are synonymous, meaning they are two different words, but they mean the same thing. Actually, I got hooked on the word rusk, R-U-S-K, when I was 15 years of age. And obviously that word is, to me, prettier to say, being that I've said it like 4 times. The word rusk is better for me to say than the Z word. Please, German speakers, don't be offended. I just don't like the ZW combo, which is why I don't like the name of the Z bread. Also, the way I usually consume Z bread is, number one, I will dip it in coffee or milk. You have not lived until you tried Z bread dipped in coffee. It is to die for, seriously. Or I'll just eat it by itself. So, but you can get really full really fast off of dipping Z bread in milk. Like, you will get almost miserably full off of that. So don't get too wolfish. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm glad that I don't have to say the name. I'm glad that I can say, rusk or Z bread, and people, well, except for strangers, will know what I'm talking about, because I don't like the name. Anyways, please don't be offended, German speakers. If anybody speaks German, knows, or is listening to this, I have 4 other German words that I love, and I will get to that in another video. This zebra word is just another word that I don't like. Okay? There's English words that I don't like too. So, yeah. Hope that you enjoyed this video, and God bless.